Hello everyone, back to another episode of Clean Sense Janitors. As usual, my name is Tina. Today we're going to be talking about how you can relate with employees, your workers. Because a lot of people have asked me or told me in the comment section that they find it difficult to keep their workers. How can I keep my workers? So I'm going to be talking about a few things we can do. Hopefully they might be able to help you, to be able to relate better with your employees and keep them. So one of them is, starting from you yourself. You want to be the kind of person that other people can relate with or get along with. You don't want to be too rigid in the way you relate with your employees. You want to be someone they can easily come to, talk to and, relate with. It helps them to be comfortable in the environment or in the workspace, in their workspace, and be happy as they work along with you. So it's good to try to get along with them. Another thing that can help is to be open to suggestions. You want to listen to suggestions because sometimes they might have suggestions to make. It doesn't mean all the time you have to listen to their suggestions. No, that's not what we're talking about. But sometimes they might be able to, give suggestions that can really help, in the business. So it's good to listen to them at times. It gives them this self-worth that they are able to contribute to the company's growth. So it's good to listen to them. That can really help to have a better relationship with them, and ultimately they'll find it comfortable to keep working with you. Then there's something else I want to talk about. For you to be able to retain your customers, there's your workers. There's something else I would like to talk about here. The fact that you try to get along with them and to relate to them properly does not mean you must tolerate certain things. So you need to operate a no tolerance policy towards certain things. I'm going to be outlining some of those things you do not want to tolerate. A no tolerance policy towards these things I'm going to mention. Now, one is coming late to work. We don't want to have workers who show up late at the client's place or, to an office where we take care of. We want to make sure that they are always there at the right time. So a no tolerance policy towards lateness. We don't want to tolerate lateness. Then another aspect is fighting or using bad languages while you're at work. We once had a particular employee who was always quarreling, fighting, getting into altercations with other workers. It was really terrible because that didn't tell well on our clients at all. And eventually we had to let him go. So that is a no-no. It's bad for business. Fighting, using bad languages or foul languages is not to be tolerated. So that's another thing. Then we also talk about laziness. Cleaning is not easy. Everyone knows that. Cleaning is really, really, in fact, you need to be really hardworking to be able to clean. So if you have a worker who is not willing to work hard, then it's probably time for him to step aside and find something that is suitable for him. Because for a job like cleaning, we need people who can really work out, who can't tolerate laziness. So laziness is one of the no tolerance thing, or one of the things we do not want to tolerate when it comes to our cleaning business. We don't want to tolerate that from the workers. They should be able to, or they should be ready to work hard. Then rebelliousness. In every establishment, there are rules. And if these rules are not followed, then, things are not in place. So we want to make it obvious that rebelliousness is not tolerated. We don't want to have workers who, when you're saying these are the rules of your company or your business, and they are doing the opposite, it will create an environment where there's no progress. So that's That's not tolerated at all. Rebelliousness, we don't want to tolerate it. If you have a worker who is rebellious, probably after speaking with him or her, once or twice, and it continues, it's always best to change them. Another thing you shouldn't tolerate amongst your employees is sleeping on duty. I actually had someone, in fact, I had a client who told me something that, yeah, cleaning is not easy. When these workers clean, it's good for them to, take a nap or two, sometimes when they are less busy. But, well, I didn't allow that to happen because you know how the clients are. They just want to see if you have a particular standard. They will appreciate it if you have workers that are always alert at all times. So when it comes to sleeping on duty, is not tolerated. You don't tolerate that. It's best for your workers to have a good night's rest. Then when they come to work, they are alert all day. I mean, within the period of time they'll be working. That will tell well on your clients because they will know, yes, you have a standard. You know that anytime they need the cleaner to do one or two things, they are always there, not hiding somewhere and sleeping. So sleeping on duty is not tolerated amongst your cleaners. Then, not cleaning to a standard is not tolerated. Every cleaning business must have a standard of how their cleaning should be, or how they should clean, or the results after they have cleaned, how the place should look like. There should be a standard. You have a step-by-step way of how they will clean and how it looks like afterwards. So that standard should be kept. Not keeping it should not be tolerated, because that is what you will be known for. Oh, after they clean, this is how the place will look like. All your workers should follow that. So not clean to your standard is not tolerated. Then another thing I would like to talk about, those are things actually you shouldn't be tolerating if you want to keep your workers, keep your clients, and relate well with your employees. So another thing I would like to talk about is promoting teamwork amongst your workers, your employees. Yes, it's really very, very important. We don't want to give room for or allow for competition amongst them. And to do that means that you don't want to make one person feel like he's better than the other. Let them, promote teamwork so that they can work together and carry themselves along together. That way you can move your business forward. It's always best to do that. If our businesses business environments where teamwork is promoted, you see that everyone thrives. The workers thrive, the business is thriving, and it's best to do that. So moving on to the last thing I would like to talk about is giving appropriate commendation. Yeah, well, the workers, they are humans too. Everybody thrives when they are commended. So we don't want to feel, okay, that's their duty. What they are doing is just what they ought to do. When they do things right, sometimes it's not bad to commend them. There's nothing wrong saying thank you, you did a good job. So commendation really, really goes a long way to bring out the best in people, and it can do that for your employees too. So if you do these few things that we've mentioned, you see that you begin to relate with your employees better. You even bring out the best in them because they tend to work better, in such environments, and they stay longer with you. Now, for those who keep complaining that their workers, their cleaners don't stay, when you employ them, after a while they leave, you can try out these topics or these tips, these suggestions that I've made so far. You see that it might just be helpful. Well, I hope this video has been helpful. We're going to talk about yet another very interesting topic in my next video. See you in the next video.